An encouraging sight. Humanitarian aid trucks finally on the move. And discouraging sight. A wary Gaza population also on the move again for their lives. But the fate of both is murky. Israel says about 90 trucks carrying aid, including flour, food for babies and medical equipment, did get in. The first since it lifted a 78-day blockade, but not without a struggle.
Israeli authorities had only allowed our teams to go through one area where that was highly congested, that we felt was insecure, and where we felt looting was highly likely to take place given the prolonged deprivation of in Gaza since the blockade.
Meantime, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he wants to create a sterile zone in the south of the Gaza Strip, where civilians could escape the fighting and receive full humanitarian aid. And while he and Hamas haggle over another possible temporary ceasefire and hostage release, Netanyahu is laying out conditions for a permanent end to the war.
All the hostages return home. Hamas hands over its weapons and leaves power. Their leadership is expelled from Gaza, and we implement Trump's plan. It is a good plan and makes a difference.
That plan by President Donald Trump would see the relocation of as many as 1 million Palestinians out of Gaza. And while European nations begin to sanction or warn of sanctions against Israel for lack of aid getting into Gaza, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. will only encourage the delivery of more aid. And he sounded more optimistic on a possible end to the war.
Again, I have felt that way now at least 4 separate times in the last couple of months. And for one reason or another, at the last minute, it didn't happen. And so I don't want to be disappointed on it again, but I want you to know there are efforts ongoing to both provide more humanitarian assistance and bring about the end of this, to this conflict.
But on a day when dozens of Gazans were killed by Israeli shelling, it's difficult for many to share his outlook. Pinar Nisasta, TRT World.